case you missed it, it's the top 5 sports talkers of the day. Now, it's time for Dan Barreiro's Top 5 at 5. Brought to you by Gutter Helmet of Minnesota. Never clean your gutters again. Learn more at gutterhelmetmn.com.
I'm sure everybody's all confused because it's 4 and because I'm not Dan Barreiro. Guardsy's in for Dan
and this
today.
is live.
And this is live, Guaranteed Human, iHeartRadio. We are a Guaranteed Human. Brett Blakemore, Justin Guard, we are here. Only here for another 15 minutes or so, though, because we are out early tonight. We've got the World Junior quarterfinals, USA versus Finland with Halvey and Mark Parrish. That's coming up at 5. Vikings programming at 4:30. So we're going to do just like a mini version and straddle the top 5 at 5, but it's the top 4 at 4. Brett Blakemore.
And I probably won't get 4 in, but here we go. It broke last night. We opened the show with it. Coy Parrish entering the transfer portal. Many opinions abound. Some people devastated. He was the main merch mover on that Gopher team. He's a very good football player. He all but certainly gone. Guardsy, your quick reaction to Coy Parrish entering the transfer portal and potentially leaving the Gophers.
College sports 2026, nothing shocks me. Things surprise me. Nothing shocks me. I'd put this one in the middle of surprise and shock. It seemed like a 50-50 proposition as the season was kind of going along, and certainly the last couple of weeks. It's disappointing for sure because you mentioned it. He's Coy Parrish. He's the boy from Esco. He's the Coy Wonder. They built a lot of things around him, right? PJ let him play offense. PJ let him run kicks back. He had a great freshman season. Had some up and down moments this year, but the highs were certainly high. The pick 6 against Purdue. All of that. It's a bummer. It's a buzzkill. Do I think it's like terminal for the program? No, I don't, because Drake Lindsey's still here and Anthony Smith is still here and Darius Taylor, people may have missed. He's coming back. So of your 4 stars, 3 of them are coming back. Coy's one that can pick his price and pick his place. He's one of the blessed few in college football that can kind of go out and do both, and we'll see where he ends up. Do I expect that he comes back here, even though it's been reported that the option is open or he's leaving that option open? I don't, but again, nothing would surprise me. He definitely wants to see what's out there. It sounds like he's looking at college football playoff contenders, which would include the Ohio States of the world, which was his second school or runner-up school when he committed to the U. Could it be Miami and reunite with Corey Heatherman, who was the defensive coordinator here a year ago? Now is in Miami with them in the college football playoff? Maybe. It's a buzzkill. But they got 2 years out of him, and it's never been harder than ever to keep players, and it's never been harder for players to stay. There's a lot of stuff that goes on during the year, after the year, pre-portaling, which is another word for tampering. There's just a lot of stuff that we don't know about or have privy to. And but it's a buzzkill because fans invested in him. I understand they're disappointed. A lot of jerseys were purchased, including from Coy Parrish's mom. So it's a bummer, but it's college sports in 2025, 2026.
Earlier this morning, I know this is front and center for you, Guardsy. The U.S. men's Olympic hockey team was announced.
Yeah.
Bill Guerin is your GM.
I love this.
It's not a good time to search on X or the social media of your choice the name Bill Guerin, because people are not happy.
Really? What are they mad about?
Well, they're mostly mad about Jason Robertson. Cole Caulfield is another name that people are upset about.
Yep.
But Jason Robertson is like having a career year. He scores a boatload of points for the Dallas Stars. And Bill Guerin basically said, well, you're not good enough defensively, so we don't want you. He didn't actually say that, but he didn't pick him. And
would that be a fair allegation against Jason Robertson?
It depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
I don't think it is personally. The only reason we've done this routine in the past where we know Canada is skilled, so we got to be big and strong. We've done that. And most times it blows up in our face. The only reason that I'm not scathing mad along with the keyboard warriors right now is because the Four Nations face-off, it was essentially the same roster, and the U.S. played Canada close for 6 periods, beat them in the first game, and lost in overtime in the second. So it's hard to get mad when you see that.
Here's my question to you. Who is going to make sure that they are staying in front of Connor McDavid in the slot right in front of the net in overtime of the gold medal game?
They got to figure that out.
Do we have a guy who's going to do that? Because even me, as a hockey dad, but not a hockey player, knew that was a bad idea in the Four Nations, that you can't lose track of him. Do we feel like we've addressed that?
There's a pairing of Brock Faber and Quinn Hughes on this U.S. team.
That's right.
So, I mean, what more do you want?
To quote the great Herb Brooks, for those mad at Bill Guerin, I'm not looking for the best players. I'm looking for the right ones.
Yeah, genius.
Let's pause.
Yes.
Come back, wrap up the show with a couple of more top 4 at 4 items and what you missed and what's coming up. Guardsy in for Barreiro for a couple of more minutes on this Friday on The Fan.
It's the Bumper to Bumper Show Wrap.
And it's presented by American Pressure, commercial grade pressure washer since 1975. Not a new calendar in 2026. We did not change the show schedule. We did change the Bell Bank Studios. We are broadcasting from the Bell Bank Studios. We're very excited to do that. Thank you. Guardsy in for Barreiro today. Final segment. Vikings programming in 10 minutes. We've got World Junior Hockey coming up at 5 o'clock. The U.S. versus Finland. Quarterfinal number 3 from Grand Casino tonight. I'm heading down there. Oh, good for me.
You wouldn't happen to have an extra pair, would you?
I would not. Not for tonight.
All right.
Yeah. You want me to work on some for the semis or the finals? We got to win tonight, first of all, by the way. We did not play well on Wednesday.
I texted.
Louis kind of called it, too. If
Yeah.
you listened on Tuesday. He didn't love how we were playing.
No, they kind of, same with Slovakia. They come from behind. The Switzerland game, they kind of played with their food a little bit. They don't just come out and dominate a game from the start. It's almost like they need to get punched in the mouth before they start playing, which is not good to win a gold medal, the fan has learned.
Not helpful.
No, not at all. I texted a certain someone to see if I could get in, and he just said LOL. I'll give you a guess on who that was. Let's go little college football playoff update. Yesterday, I believe, Indiana 38, Alabama 3. This was a belt to ass, as the kids say. It was domination. It's embarrassing. A lot of reactions to the SEC having just a terrible bowl season, and this was the cherry on top for SEC haters.
It was awesome.
It was.
It was awesome. Have you seen the Cignetti video where he's got the Hoosiers coming out of the tunnel and McAfee's in the end zone?
Yes.
It's so good.
Point.
And Cignetti's just kind of scrolling, and he just gives him kind of the shooter.
Love it.
The shooter McGavin right at him, and McAfee loves it. It's such a good video. It's so badass. I love a lot of what happened because I think I said something about, somebody tweeted something about the bowls and the playoff need to be a wake-up call for the SEC. And somebody tweeted back like, well, the bowls don't matter. They're meaningless. It's all about the playoffs. And I would say, yes, I agree in a sense, but take the Tampa game, for example. Vanderbilt versus Iowa. Both of those teams cared. Both of those teams had everybody. Vanderbilt was trying to talk themselves into a playoff deal, so much so that they said, we'll play another team right now if you need another data point. They had the Heisman runner-up in Diego Pavia, right? He didn't sit out. He didn't opt out. He played. They had pretty much everybody, both teams. And Iowa pretty much handled them. Like, I know things got kind of close. Pavia got going a little bit in the second half, but that's another example of, people think Iowa's just this random 8-4 Big Ten team. It's like, no, they were pretty damn good. And why should their 8-4 look different than an SEC 8-4? That was an SEC 10-2, by the way. And Iowa pretty much handled them. It did get a little messy, but they jumped out to a huge lead and then held on. So I love it because the industry has a problem, the college sports industry, in that it is so Southeastern Conference centric. And here's the thing, everybody. The 2 Heisman finalists were from Indiana and Vanderbilt. Now, that's like a Southern Big Ten school. But my point is...
Which is a laughable statement, even 5 years ago.
The point is, it's all getting spread around now. Like, it's all getting spread out. Like, and it's condensing a lot of times in the Big Ten and SEC, and those are the 2 big leagues. But the point is, it's not just... Because the SEC fixes it every year. There's going to be 9 of them ranked in the top 25. So when Lane Kiffin and LSU plays Ole Miss, who's ranked 16th, they have a win over a 16th rated team. Well, they might suck. They might be no good, but because we've decided they're the SEC and they're better than everybody, it's going to be interesting in the next few years because 3rd straight year a Big Ten team will play for a national championship because Indiana plays Oregon, and I can't wait for that game.
But it just matters more.
Just means more.
It means more.
It just means more.
They're just valued more and more so.
It just means more.
Elsewhere, so your Final Four, they don't call it that, but I like to call it that. Your Final Four is Oregon taking on that Indiana squad.
Yep.
Which I have Indiana favored as 4 points. And then Ole Miss taking on potentially future home of Coy Parrish, Miami. And Miami favored 3.5.
I think that's fair, too. Yeah, I think that's fair too. Miami's the Cinderella, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
But they're playing
great. They got the Georgia transfer quarterback and
Carson Beck.
Go figure.
They're playing great. You want to know, and I don't know if I've done this every year. I don't think I have, but we always talk about every year. You and I are always doing shows this time of year, right?
Funny.
And there's always a terrible bowl game on, in other people's words. And I think all bowls are great. I love all bowl games. They're fun. Why not? Don't watch if you don't want to. And guess what? You're in the minority if you're not watching. ESPN today reports that their non-college football bowl viewership is up 13%. Their bowl games are averaging 2.7 million viewers. 2.7 million viewers is pretty much more than any college basketball game that's not the Final Four or that's not the NCAA tournament. Pop-Tart Bowl, 8.7 million. Pinstripe Bowl. Do you know who played in the Pinstripe Bowl?
No clue.
I know one of them was Penn State. 7.6 million.
Surely the worst bowl game to go to.
Tax Slayer, it was like 52 degrees when we went there a few years ago. It was awesome. Tax Slayer Bowl, I think that's the Gator Bowl. By the way, Pinstripe Bowl was a record. Tax Slayer Bowl, best since 2009, 6 million people. What time's your apology? To the Rate Bowl. 4.4 million people.
You put that rate at risk and suddenly people tune in.
Since 2011. Want to watch Drake Lindsay? Want to watch Anthony Smith? Want to watch the Lobos? I bet the whole state of Wisconsin was watching that game for their next coach, Jason Eck, who's a stud, by the way.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Does he play old school football?
He does.
Okay, I'm in.
He's an old school guy.
Let's go.
The LA Bowl, 3.8 million, the best on record. First Responder Bowl, that's in Fort Worth, Texas, 3.1 million. Do you get my point? What's this bowl? Oh, Detroit. 2.4 million people watched Northwestern beat, I think, one of the Central Michigans or Eastern Michigans or Western Michigans. I can't remember. But the point is, you can complain all you want about all these bowls and nobody cares. Those are big numbers for sports. They're not for the NFL, probably not for the NBA, but for college football, those are pretty big numbers. And that's why there's 34 bowl games or whatever the number is. And I'm here for all of it.
Enjoy the season.
That's right. Anything else? We're about done, huh?
That's pretty much it.
All right. Guaranteed
Top
human.
four at 4.
Guaranteed human today from 2 to 4:30. Appreciate Ben Gessling moving his schedule up. Joined us a little bit earlier at 2:30. Love Todd Tuesday with Meat Sauce and Ryan Donaldson, as well as Carl Gerbschmidt. That was a lot of fun. Good hustle today. Good scrambling. Getting everything where it needed to be. Brett Blakemore.
You say jump. We say how high.
Vikings programming next. Hermantown, Halvey, and World Juniors, USA versus Finland, coming up at the top of the 5 o'clock hour. Have an elite weekend. We will talk to you on Monday. Bye.